Your Hometown Solutions. I'm your host, Jean Newell with Waterview Realty. And in the studios with me today is my co-host, Jonathan Lack. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Jean. It's great to be back.
Well, we have a great shows lined up for August, and we have a special guest that we're going to introduce here in just a moment. But I do want to let everyone know a little bit about your services that you provide, because as we say, you wear three hats, and people need to know all those three hats.
All right. Well, I am a transactional real estate attorney with a full-service title insurance agency and a full-service real estate brokerage, of which you are one of my finest agents.
Oh, thank you very much. So we have... we talk about everything we say from foreclosures to Feng Shui for real estate. And we're going to be talking about basically safety and a safe home today, because we have a wonderful guest with us that represents the Women's Center, and that's Dr. Sue Kiley. Hello, Sue.
Hi. How are you both?
We're
Very good, thank you.
We're good. I want to just tell everyone a little bit about your background. Dr. Sue Kiley is a licensed mental health counselor, and she's been in practice over 27 years, board certified, supervisor for mental health counselor and marriage and family therapy interns. Currently serving as a director of programs for the Women's Center in Brevard County, Florida. She received her master's degree in counseling psychology in 1988 from Nova Southeastern University and her PhD from Barry University in 2016. Yes, woo. Yes, lots of studying there. A lot of people don't know about the Women's Center and exactly what it provides for our community, and they're located, they have actually two locations, is that right?
That's correct. We have a location both in Melbourne and in Titusville.
The one in Melbourne is on Aurora Road.
Correct. The one in Titusville is on Julia Street.
Oh, yes, Julia Street. Well, tell us a little bit about the Women's Center
I'd be happy
all the
to.
different services.
So thank you so much. I appreciate you inviting me. The Women's Center is a nonprofit agency. We've been in Brevard County 42 years. We serve over 10,000 clients annually, and our purpose is to create safe, happy, and self-sufficient lives. We do this by looking at sort of two overarching social problems, and we have 4 core programs that address those social problems. The overarching issues are poverty and homelessness and interpersonal violence. So our programs reflect those needs. We have, as I said, 4 core programs. Victim Services is staffed by very well-trained, very compassionate victim advocates. There are close to 4,000 domestic violence incidences in Brevard County every year, and those are only those that are reported. Many more go unreported. In 2016, there were 7 domestic violence-related fatalities in Brevard County alone. So it's a very great need, and our advocates assist people understanding what their rights are, understanding that it's in fact a crime, understanding what domestic violence is, and how both legally and psychologically they can obtain help. We have also the Sexual Assault Victim Services Program. This is Brevard County's Rape Crisis Center, which is a new program that we took over. It's been around for many, many years, run out of the state attorney's office, and just this past year, they no longer wanted to run the program and asked us, both they and the Florida Council Against Sexual Violence, asked the Women's Center to take over that program, which we have done. And since March of 2017, we are now Brevard County's Certified Rape Crisis Center, which means we have advocacy for sexual assault victims 12 years old and older. And we run and coordinate and provide the services for a forensic rape exam, collection of evidence, things like that. People can have an exam whether or not they report to the police, so that gives them some time. The kits will be held for a year by law enforcement, even if they haven't decided to report, and then they can decide that later. The most important thing is for a rape victim to receive support and emotional support, as well as understanding what's happened to them. And if they choose to get that evidence collected, and then they can decide if they want to follow through with that. The third program, I know I'm talking a lot. We'll get through them all. The third core program, and there's little sub-programs underneath some of these, but the third one is our outpatient counseling program. We have a full-service outpatient counseling. We do not have psychiatry, so we don't provide medications, but we have 6 licensed therapists, 2 psychologists, 5 registered mental health interns, and 2 students who provide quality but low-cost counseling. We do take many insurance policies for those licensed therapists, but we have the interns and students who can provide very, very low-cost counseling, and they're supervised by myself or our other psychologist, Dr. Kim Deffenbach. And so that is counseling provided for the general public for any issue. In addition to that, we have specialized counseling, trauma counseling for victims of crime like domestic violence, sexual violence, human trafficking, stalking, bullying, and that is free of charge.
That was your fourth one, the trauma.
That was the third program.
The third one. Okay.
One more to go. The fourth one is called self-sufficiency, and that really involves several programs under it. We help meet basic needs for people: diapers, wipes, sometimes food. That's not as much as emphasis in terms of the food, but we do provide diapers and wipes and workshops like financial help, getting out of debt, career workshops, things like that. It's called a Basic Needs Program, and we give out close to 20,000 items a year. So people donate things like toiletries to us and baby wipes and diapers and sometimes cans of food and things like that. And so we serve many of those 10,000 people are coming in to get a little hand up with some items like that. In addition, under the self-sufficiency program is our transitional safe housing. We own 13 apartments in Brevard County, and we can provide housing for women and their children in these apartments. They can be in the program for 2 years. It's a 2-year program. It's not just a quick fix. And they get free counseling and free case management while they're in the program to help them figure out what got them in this place, to help them become self-sufficient. The goal is to help somebody who is struggling, became homeless or near homeless. They have to be low poverty level, or low or very low according to the HUD standards in terms of income level. And this program helps them get out of debt, helps them go back to school. We have had many people after the 2 years who graduate with degrees or become we had a dental technicians. We've had mammogram techs. We've had X-ray techs graduates. We've had people with AAs go on and get their bachelors. So LPNs, RNs, things like that. But these are for women and children only. And it is a complete kind of soup to nuts program. It's really from parenting classes to how to shop on a budget to crock pot recipes, to help them stop doing the drive-through at McDonald's when they have their busy lives. So, all kinds of things in that program. And that is a longer-term program, the 2-year program, as I said. We also have a shelter and a safe house. Our shelter is in Titusville. There are 2 other shelters in Brevard County as well, not run by the Women's Center, but we partner well with them, and we can talk more about them and us later. But those are more emergency, where somebody is in an emergent need where they're being harmed or threatened, and they need to get out immediately and be in a safe environment, just as the other shelters. Well, so that's more short term.
And before we go into some of the details, let's give out right now the website or a phone number that someone can write down that they can keep on their refrigerator.
Good. Everybody grab pens. The first number I'm going to give out is the Women's Center hotline number, for a domestic violence situation, and that's 24/7, and that's 321-607-6809. The office numbers, Titusville is 607-6811, and Melbourne is 242-3110. Our website is www.womencenter.net. Please feel free to learn more about our programs. Contact us if you're in need. We'd be happy to help you. Or if you want to volunteer or donate, we love you too.
Yes, you have quite a few volunteers. Did you mention that in the beginning, how many volunteers
I
that you
didn't.
have?
At any given time, we have up to 250 volunteers in various programs, helping in various ways. We have many volunteers behind the scenes with fundraisers or with helping get the newsletter out or helping stock our shelves. Then we have volunteers who sit at the front desk and answer the phone and assist clients that come in through the door. We have victim advocate volunteers who are trained and then are brought to sign up to go to the courthouse on any given day and assist somebody who is filing for an injunction for protection to kind of help them through that process. We also have SAVS volunteers. SAVS stands for Sexual Assault Victim Services, and that program trains you both online and in person and has you do some shadowing. Both of them have you shadow before you're left out on your own, but allows SAVS volunteers will go to the Forensic Exam Center when a rape call comes in, whether it's 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they will show up and assist the SANE nurse. SANE stands for Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner. These are specially trained nurses to collect evidence, and the advocate shows up to help the victim, understand how to move from victim to survivor of a sexual assault, provides resources in the community, emotional support, speaks to family members if they want them to. And so they're there at the victim's most critical need.
I want to go into some of these different things about your 4 core programs, but let's take a little side trip here. You were talking about events. Let's go ahead and talk about the upcoming events that you have. So that's kind of exciting, and it's going to be something interesting that everybody could get involved with. So if you're thinking, gosh, I'd like to learn more about the Women's Center and I'd like to get involved, this is a fun. How long have they been having this Dudes Looks Like a Lady event? This is going on how many years?
This is our 5th annual Dude Looks Like a Lady. This is men standing up against domestic violence. It is September 8th. The doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7 p.m. It's being held at the Radisson Resort at the Port. Sheriff Wayne Ivey is once again the Masters of Ceremony. He has done this from the beginning. This cocktail party is great fun, promises to be entertaining and fun-filled, but also incredibly worthwhile. These are men who are prominent in the community, who choose to dress up in order to make a point about the importance of awareness and prevention and treatment resources for women who are victims of domestic violence.
I know they haven't maybe announced all the people that's going to, sometimes they use it as a surprise too, so you don't know who's going to be dressed up like maybe Cher or Tina Turner or Marilyn Monroe, and they do acts, they're singing, they're doing their whole thing, and they have a contest for these. It's very entertaining. But in the past, you've had some of the sheriffs, you've had some of the other representatives. What kinds of people have been volunteering in the past?
Sure. I'm remiss in not being able to name everyone because they are all put so much energy and time into their costumes and into their act. So please forgive me, dudes, for not being able to name you all, but I'll tell you a few that I recall strongly. We had Phil Archer, our state attorney, dressed up as Lucille Ball and did a great act. We had, I'm so sorry. Phil Archer was Lucille Ball. We had John Lauer, the Titusville police chief, who dressed up as Edith Bunker and had